everybody and welcome back to D7R TV. If you watched the last video, we revealed our new shop project. Yes, a Clio 172. And ever since I sold my last one, which was the Audi 20 valve turbo one, which you can find in my videos that are rebuilt, I wanted another one straight away, but the right car wasn't available, or at least to me anyway. I was looking, I was active, but I didn't go and view many because I could see in the pictures and the ads that they were not going to be the right car. But this one come across, or come along should I say, and it ended up being exactly the right car, albeit a few things we need to change to get it to where I want it personally. I mean, it's got plastic windows and no interior and this, that, the other, but spec for spec, it's pretty decent. So I'm going to optimize to use those parts and make the car better by adding some of the parts that I want to fit to the car. And one thing you may recognize is my wheels. I say these are my wheels. I've had these wheels for a long time, and you're probably thinking, why they're red? Well, if you know anything about Renault sports, Renault trophies are capsicum red. My car's black, and trophies are quite expensive, but in commemoration for me being a Renault sport lover, I wanted capsicum red wheels. So that's what I opted to go for when I was having these refurbed. And these wheels are ultra rare, and you won't see them on another Clio. They are ATEC final speed Razor, and they are JDM boy wheels. Like, these have been on Hondas of mine, and they are like a Jap wheel. They're 16-inch 7J, and they're wrapped in Michelin PS3s. I've done a few laps in a Nürburgring with these tyres, and I know they're up for it. But the Clio actually has GI, TI, whatever they are, semi-slicks, and they're good on a nice, hot, sunny day or on track. But if the weather is anything like it is out here, which is muggy, damp, miserable, they're just basically ditch finders. You might as well have no tread at all. So we're going to be fitting these wheels. My missus hates these wheels with a passion. She hates them, and I can't emphasize how much she hates them, but she doesn't have to get in the car, does she? So these are for me. There's other things as well I kept off my Clio, like bucket seat and a few other bits and bobs, which we're going to go into in a minute. But yeah, first of all, these are going to go on the car because that's where they belong. Welcome to my hidden lair. This is like my storage unit that I keep bits in so it doesn't take up space in my actual work unit. And I went to my other storage container, and I have a load of Clio parts in there, so I bought them up here. I can't use half the parts in there because I don't really need them, but there is some things in here that are good to have. I've got loads of coil packs and starter motors and bits and bobs. I've got a good condition grille, needs a clean, good condition wings. One needs painting, but it's got a stone chip on it. Like radiator hoses and various bits and bobs. Gear sticks around with the cup holders and this, that, the other. They're in good condition. They're a bit dirty, but everything needs a clean because it's been in my storage unit. Main thing is my Sabelt bucket seat. I can't have a Renault without a Sabelt seat, and I bought this new for Matilda when I was building it. I also bought the flat dish steering wheel because I don't really like the deep dish ones. Bought a Sabelt harness, a wink mirror. Hello, you can probably see me in there with my camera to my face. But I could definitely use one of them because that's been taken out of my car. What come with the car when I bought it was some brand new Brembo high carbon discs, some Mintex racing pads. I had in storage a brand new Pro Ram intake filter, which will be going on. I built a nice induction kit for it. And then, before I bought the car, I was scrolling eBay for bits and bobs, and this manifold was up there, and I noticed it was pretty damn cheap. So I I put it in my watch list, and when I knew the car was definitely happening, I had a date to go and collect it or whatnot, I messaged the guy and asked if it was still available. Then I sent him my phone number, so he texted me, and there was a conversation on there from previous. He bought this manifold off me 4 or 5 years ago, and I put a V-band on it for his hill climb car, but he never got round to it, and he sold his hill climb car in the end. I had no idea that this was mine. I completely forgot, but I ended up buying my old manifold back, which I thought was crazy, to be honest. Little story there. True story as well. So that'll be going on the car at some point. I mean, it just goes to show that I was destined to get another Clio at some point. Back over to the car. And as you can see, how stripped out it is. I've got a ruck of wiring down here that's been cut. I don't know what it was for, but I need to figure it out. I mean, OBD port and everything's been relocated under here, and the cigarette lighter, so I need to get that in its position over here, back where this cowling goes and the surround for the gear stick. I want a stereo in here. I love my music, as I mentioned before. I want some door cards in here. But if that wiring's that bad, I'm going to probably put another loom in here, rip the dash out, and then change the whole loom. Ideally, I want a roof lining back in, but with how low the cage sits, I'm not sure if that's possible, but I'm definitely going to have a good stab at it. So this is where the traction control fascia goes with the buttons on. As you can see, that's missing. I need a surround for the wiper stalks and stuff. I think they've got rid of the squib. I mean, I'm sure there's like a coloured yellow bit round here and at the airbag stuff and that, so I would have put that in there. This is a deep dish steering wheel, it's a non-genuine one. I'm not a massive fan of them. I think that's just because of like the seating position. I prefer the flat wheels, but my flat wheels going on here, and it'll feel more like my car that I had before, and that is what's important, because that is what I miss. First of all, I'm going to put this back in to make it look a bit tidier in here. It's colour coordinated. You got a white plug, snaps in like that, grey plug. This was all tucked away in the loom. That snaps in there. Then there's a T-pin, which is this one, I believe. That snaps in here. Then we got another plug. Can't think of what that is at the minute, but I'm sure I'll figure out at some point. And that is back there. I'm not sure if the loom's been cut to it, so I'm not sure if it's actually going to work, but eventually it will, because I want to be able to turn the electronic stability on, the traction control on and whatnot. I've also got my Volantec buttons here for the cruise control and stuff, so that'll be going on. It's a nice little touch, it's a smart looking thing. So yeah, that's it. So that's the first little job ticked off the list. I did have bonnet raisers on here as well. I'm not a fan, so they're gone. No point filming that, because it's just undo some 10 mils, take the little spacers out, then put some bolts back in, and then the bonnet sits flush. Winning. One thing that was missing was this little window seal round here. I don't know why it was missing, but it was. There's a nice little Larry spider in there. Looks like a crab spider. You're happy in there, mate. Don't mind me. So I put that on. I had one in storage, so that's gone in. I already had one in the other side, so I didn't have to replace that, which is ideal. If you watched the last video, I had bonnet raisers on the back, and the bonnet sat up a little bit. I got rid of them. The washer jets have been relocated here, and it's all a bit loose and stuff, so I've got to address that. They'll go back there, and I'll put a new cowling in there. Under the bonnet needs dressing up quite a bit, because it looks a bit rough and ready, so I'll sort that out, get a few things powder coated and whatnot, and tidied up. I mean, this will be a track car, but it'll also be a clean and tidy one to look at as well. If I want to go to a show or a blast or somewhere, I need some new mirror caps. There's no point in repairing them. or painting them. There's a split in the wing here. That's why I've got the blue ones up here. I might paint one of them. Here's the tyres and the wheels, as I showed you in the last video. These are going to be just track wheels now. But behind the scenes, I may have come up with a deal on another one of these cars in the right colour as well, pearl black. And that is going to be somewhat of a parts car if it comes through. So I'll use quite a few of the bits off here to make this one less aggressive and more civilised for me to drive. And the other one, I'm not sure. I definitely won't be binning it anyway, because these cars are getting few and far between and the value's going up. So whether that becomes an all-out track build, that might be something in the pipeline. But at the moment, it's going to be used to fix a customer's car, and I'm going to take some parts off it for this one to get it where I want it. So that's enough of me waffling on. Let's get some wheels on.
They wanna know about the timeline, how we done it, how we do it, how we get by. They know I got it, so yeah, they wanna rap mine. Little copycats, yeah, they wanna bite mine. I can't listen to them, you're not in your right mind. Manifesting, you're out to get mine. Finally having the best time. Summertime, yeah, we're gonna take time. Shades on, phones off. When the bassline goes off, you know we can't stop, won't stop. I be dancing the morning, off, 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 off. Tune just pops off like a fizzed up champers. Till your calves get crampers. You know it's gonna pop off, pop off, pop off. Shades on, phones off. When the bassline goes off, you know we can't stop, won't stop. And we dance in the morning, off, 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 off. Tune just pops off like a fizzed up champers. Till your calves get crampers. You know it's gonna pop off, pop off, pop off. They wanna know about the character, how we fling it down France to America. You won't catch me on a holiday in Malaga. That's your girl, but I'm different, called a barrister. Yeah, team is strong, talk to my E&R. Beat is mental, bars are sinister. We're building up the block.
So that's the one side done. I know they're not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but they're absolutely my cup of tea, because it was down to me why they're this colour in the first place. I mean, I might grow up one day and they might end up going the same colour as the track wheels, the gunmetal. But I love these wheels. You never see them on other Clios because they've mostly got speed lines on them or whatever. Or Pro Race 1.2s, they're like a common wheel on them. I don't like common wheels or things that look the same as everybody else. I like to have something a bit different. But yeah, as I say, they're not everyone's cup of tea, but they definitely suit me. Well, that's the new wheels on. I think they look amazing, but you probably, some of you might be a bit iffy on them, but hopefully they grow on you. They haven't really got to, but it is what it is. I'm just being honest. Newton meters, 120 set on the torque wrench, so they're nice and up to spec. And yeah, I think they look pretty damn good and exactly how I want the car. So, what next? You guys haven't come up with a name yet. I'm interested to see what the names are. There's probably 2 or 3 names floating around. I want at least half a dozen to choose from. So, go on it then. Back inside the car. Up next, wink mirror. this basically goes in like that and gives you a far better viewing experience. Gets rid of a couple of blind spots, and I highly recommend them. How good was that? 4 or 5 seconds, winning. There you have it, guys. A couple of little things ticked off the Clio list. New wheels, stability controller, little panel, wink mirror, a little walk around the parts that I've got to go on. Keeping it all simple, stupid. I don't want to go and crack out an hour-long video, but otherwise it'll get done really, really quick. I mean, I've got quite a lot of plans for this car, but I'm not going to do it all in one episode. Otherwise, what's the point in that? Because the Clio will be tucked away for a lot of the time. So I'll spoon feed you a little bit of what goes on as and when. This won't be like the other Clio video when I was putting the 20 valve together, because I've still got to finish the Sierra and a few other bits and bobs. So these are little stocking fillers for you, and a little bit of something to tide me over in my spare time. So stay with us, stay tuned. Please like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.